How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this so-called controversial incident that happened last night during the Miami Marlins at Chicago Cubs baseball game. A black man who was a former outfielder for the Cubs, Doug Glanville, was covering the game, and while he was on camera on a microphone, it was a guy behind him first doing the peace sign and then doing the so-called white supremacy sign, as you can see on the screen before you. Now, this sign, as long as I've been living, has not meant white supremacy. This or this has been associated with either okay, good to go, you set, roger that, whatever, or a circle game. When you a kid or you in the military or whatever it is, just having fun, the object is to get people to look at that like, I looked at it, I got you. You might get a punch in the arm, you might just get joked on for the rest of the day. It was always harmless. But over the past couple of years on the internet, people are talking about this sign means white supremacy. Now, how can this mean white supremacy when Google has it as an emoji? If you search in a little emoji index on your phone for okay, this comes up straight away. So why is it all of a sudden now being associated with white supremacy? Well, I think it's an internet hoax. Now, don't get me to lying where it started specifically, but on one of these internet forums, it was a hoax from there. And ever since then, people are talking about this is a symbol of white supremacy. And if you do it, you need to get put in the penitentiary, all kind of crazy things. Now, the team did put out a statement, the Chicago Cubs, that is, because it happened at Wrigley Field. And the statement said something along the lines of such ignorant and repulsive behavior is not tolerated at Wrigley Field. Anybody that is caught doing this should be reported immediately. And the fan, if identified, could be banned from Wrigley Field for life. For doing this or this. Now, this is really crazy. And you know what? This is exactly why so many people are leaving the left. How can this be seen as okay to ban this guy for doing that? I mean, as long as I've been living, it was always something that was harmless. It was never anything meant wrong by it. Now they're trying to make that random person into a racist for like attacking a black man. I can guarantee you if it was me doing this behind a white reporter, nobody would say anything. So how do you know that that person meant any kind of malice? How do you know that? I'm reading a New York Post article and they're talking about, oh, well, the sign is associated with the OK sign, but some use it for white supremacy purposes. So but it doesn't really say how you're going to be able to tell who's using it in the malicious way and who isn't. At this point, I think people are doing it for the same reason it's always been done if it does not mean okay, which is to be joking and stuff like that. It's not like you're going to go out here and hurt somebody. I mean, we're worried about hand symbols like this, really? I mean, is this what the topic of the day is? You're going to ban this guy for life for doing that? I mean, absurd. Did Steve Bartman get banned from life? You're talking about somebody interfering with the game, ruining the World Series, but that's a different story. So I'm going to digress. The point is that this is really a nothing burger, and it shows how far we have fallen as a country to where we just think, oh, if you're a white person and you do a thing that could by some people be seen as racist, you're automatically seen as racist. Nobody cares about the context. Don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody care nothing about nothing you got going on. You're instantly tarred and feathered by the internet world. And I hope that this kind of behavior comes to an end. And I hope that this sign right here comes back into the hands of the people and outside of the hands of crazy, phony academia and media elitists. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? How do you feel about this fan being banned for life from Wrigley Field for doing this simple hand sign? I mean, like I said, if I was doing that, nobody would say a word. If the reporter were another white person, it probably wouldn't even really be a big deal. They're trying to victimize Doug Glanville, talking about, oh, the reporter was black and he did that right behind him during the game. And this is racist. This is intolerable. No, I'll tell you what's intolerable is the media spinning things totally out of control, taking things that are totally harmless and making them be harmful. It's absurd. And like I was saying, this is what is driving a lot of people away from the left. Silly things like this, things that don't make no sense. And people just think to themselves like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be getting treated this way. I should be able to be young, old, whatever it is, and have fun and enjoy my life without being considered a racist when I'm not one. You're making regular people turn totally against you and on our side. So if the objective is to create more conservatives that reject all the silly things from the left, that reject phantom racism, that reject an inability to live their lives, that reject their racism, just because somebody is a white male, they must automatically be the perpetrator of some kind of violence against somebody, even when there is no such evidence of that. And the black males who don't want to be considered the victim or a pet monkey, like the left like to treat us, if you continue to do that to these people and treat us like that, then we're going to just leave you in droves. So if that is the goal, then right on, keep on rocking. But if it's not, you got to tighten up ASAP. But unfortunately for you, and fortunately for me and the rest of us to have a brain in our head, it might be a little bit too late. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.